What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic dropping another car blog on the way to work. Happy Wednesday. God bless you guys. If nobody tells you today, I love you, don't forget God loves you, Christ loves you. Be around people that love you. You know, a lot of people don't know what love is, and they experience the worst things. And sometimes that love is what continues to help them succeed and stuff when they find it. They find it unconditional love. They find out what God has been doing and has been setting up for us and has a plan. So always remember that. But I do want to say that I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. That's me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We just dropped all our matches from Press Start 2. It is on that channel. So make sure you subscribe. Show love as we get ready for our show June 10th. I want to talk about something that a lot of people have been debating about. Most have a negative thought process on it. Let's say take, or even perception. And that is the AEW women's division. Now, do I think they need help? Yes. Am I saying I know the best ways to help the division? No. But since this is my channel, I'm going to talk about how I feel about certain things, certain wrestlers, and possibly how I can fix it. Okay, so we'll start at the top. We'll start with the women's champion, Jamie Hayter. I like Hayter. Hayter is pretty good. Now, the only thing I don't like about Hayter is Hayter's finisher is a ripcord clothesline. Okay, cool. But then she does like a million clotheslines before her clothesline with the ripcord. Now, if a lot of us are wrestlers and stuff like that, we joke about the overuse of super kicks and ripcord. So it's like, okay, so she hits you with 5 clotheslines, and then when it's the ripcord, that's it. Great wrestler, though. Very great wrestler. I like her. I love that the crowd engaged with her. They like her and stuff like that. What problems do I have with her as a champ? I don't have a problem with her being a champ. I do think the booking-wise, it's an issue. You know, tagging with Britt Baker, I know that's her friend and stuff like that. Tagging with her, and you have the main belt. It's kind of irritating because Thunder Rosa and even Toni Storm kind of had it too. When Thunder Rosa had the belt, she was tagging with Toni Storm more than she was defending the belt or even having singles matches. So then it's like, what's the point of even putting a belt on her if she's not even defending it? So I think Britt Baker and maybe Hikaru may have had like the best reigns with the belt. I think the company's been, 4 or 5 years now? But yeah, I think it's like rinse and repeat with this, like a tag belt. And then now you have the story of Paige and Tony. They're basically calling everybody losers, and now they're trying to make Britt and Jamie the good guys. It's kind of confusing, but it puts the belt on a back burner thing because now they're trying to see what Ruby Soho is going to do. So, you know, there's an event coming up. Hopefully it goes into a big title match for Jamie Hayter because I do think she deserves it and stuff like that. But like I said, going back to even Toni Storm's reign, when she won it, she had a few defenses. And then, like, even before the injury showed up or whatever like that, then she started tagging with Toni Storm, Team Thunderstorm and stuff like that. And then Toni won it after Thunder had to vacate it. And people was upset that Thunder had a backstage segment vacating, and it was like, well, where's the love for CM Punk? He had a whole promo and it was emotional, and Thunder had to use that emotion for only a few seconds. So that's my thing. That's my take on Jamie. Jade Cargill. You guys know I do like Jade Cargill, and I know she needs work, but she is at a company that needs work itself, so she's in the right spots. The 50 wins, 52, I believe, the 52 win thing should have been promoted more, and I think she should have had a little bit better victories because they're not just including singles victories, which I don't like. They're including like tag matches that she had on Dark and Dynamite and Rampage and stuff like that. Like, I understand, you know, people pad numbers all the time, and to be honest, in wrestling, it is a great feat to be undefeated in any kind of match, but to accumulate that. And then I know a lot of people, they don't even like who she's beaten. She's beaten some of the same women multiple times. Willow Nightingale, Red Velvet, Sky Blue, Kira Hogan. You know, I don't want to say it's not special. I mean, it's like I said, it's a good feat. And if it's special to her, I'm not going to take that away from her. But it's just like, it should have been a little bit better. You know, I could have hyped this up for the next pay-per-view. I got, what is it, Revolution? It's in March. You know, y'all could have built something up to where she doesn't have to wrestle every week, because she doesn't have to. Y'all could have spread that out a little bit and then made it like a big deal at a pay-per-view, and then like had somebody that was close to beating her and stuff like that. And like I said, I like that, you know, how she is, because she's one of the most charismatic people in the company, but at the same time, you get what I'm saying? I do think that could have been handled a little bit better than what they did and stuff like that. But, yo, shout out to them. I guess we'll go with Saraya. I hope I'm saying her name right. It was good to see that she came back to do something that she loved as a wrestler, and that's perform, you know. She came back, she had the match with Britt, and then people turned on her. Now, a lot of people know that's the system. A lot of people come in for a little bit, they get cheered, and if they were like big in WWE or any other company, they get booed. But I do think it was a bad idea to turn her and Tony as soon as people responded. Look, I understand. Fan service is very, very important in wrestling and things like that. You get what I'm saying? I definitely understand. But golly, like Britt and them was still a heel. You know, we're living in a time, and been living in a time, where people think that the bad guys are cool. So now you made them here with the loser thing. It kind of reminds me of like the beautiful people and the lay cool thing, where like calling people losers and stuff like that. And it's just like, I understand trying to have things to do, because now, you know, they usually have like 2 women matches and stuff like that. But to me, I think that y'all could have spread this out a little bit. You know, people are gonna like who they like. You know, just because, you know, they boo doesn't mean you have to turn them to be a bad guy. Because now it's like, it looked kind of awkward to now you're switching Britt, who's basically outside of what, the first event, she's been the bad guy. She's been the top bad heel for the women and stuff like that. And now y'all trying to make her be the good guy. But then the only crutch with that is that people love Jamie Hayter. So I didn't think that was needed. The Toni Storm title reign, she had it. She did the best she could. You know, hey, like I said, the tag thing situation. And then even when she lost it, they was like, oh, okay, well, her reign is considered a real reign. Y'all do this to her after she lost the title. Like, what? Like, what's... Oh, you're noticed. I mean, even if you was the interim champion, they won't like put like an asterisk on her title reign. So then to turn around. And I thought that they was going to do something a little different, a little cool with her, because, you know, she looked like she was broken. She was messed up. She had the black eye. She had the busted nose. She had all of this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this is how you milk it and go into her being a heel or something like that. But didn't work. Didn't work. JAS Society, Ty Conti, and the JAS. Look, I know that they're young and stuff like that, and it's just, we don't even put Willow Nightingale. Like, you know, these women are talented, but man, they need some work, man. They need some help with psychology and all kind of stuff. You know, with Ty, you know, like I said, shout out to these people, man. I'm not hating on these people at all. But almost every kick and every strike is a slap. It's a no sell. It's always something. And it's just like, man, and I understand you're elevating her. You're elevating Anna JAS. And I understand everybody wants to be in a group with Jericho and stuff like that. But Jericho being the vet, you got to be on some of these people for certain things and how they act and what they do in the match and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people love the match that they had against Willow and Ruby. I wasn't a big fan of it. You know, it was a lot of stuff that was sloppy. A lot of stuff that was pointless, and psychology is off, just like it is. You know, biggest thing people are talking about is Willow taking a seat at the table that she was supposed to throw Anna JAS in. You know, I do think that they do need a little bit of work. I don't know. They got coaches. They got Serena Deeb, who I think is a great coach and a great wrestler. And they got Madison Rain. Like I said, no diss to Madison, but I wasn't a fan of her. Man, look, dog, she can't be a coach. But anyway, I can't go through every wrestler. But you get what I'm saying. They do have a good upstart with a lot of young women with the Sky Blues and the Red Velvets, and now Billy Stark. She's like getting very popular there. So it won't be long till they sign her. So shout out to her and everything like that. But at the same time, it's just like hopefully they go to a coach or they get the right trainers and stuff like that. A lot of people say they like AEW because it has an indie feel. The problem is it's not an independent company and stuff. You can't just go out there and just do indie stuff all the time and then think that the fan base is going to grow when the numbers are showing it's not growing. And then some people are saying, oh, well, just enjoy wrestling. No, you won't be able to enjoy it if the ratings are low, unless it's on a YouTube channel that you may or may not watch. Same thing with Dark. People got mad at Booker talking about Dark, and then people was like, no, how dare you book, you just a hater. But these same people literally said out of their mouth that they don't watch AEW Dark. But yeah, I do think the women's division does need work. They have all the potential in the world. I think that they just need the right coaching, and they just need to be booked properly. I think they do need to be booked properly. They have a lot of young women there. They have a lot of the older women there that can show them the ropes and stuff like that. Even Athena, right? A lot of people talked about her with the fight with Jody Threat. I wasn't big on it. I wasn't a big fan of it. Now she's the the ROH Women's Champion. And half the time she looked like she just came off the plane because she got black jeans on with the wrestling top. I don't know what's going on with that. She does her thing. They promote her heavy and stuff. They promote her dang near more often than the well, on Dark, let me say that. On Dark, she's promoted heavy, but to me, she's defending her title or she's fighting and stuff like that in singles things. And it seems like she's doing it more than Hater. The only time I remember Athena actually wrestling in a tag match when she was the champ was when she was with Diamante a couple weeks ago. But other than that, that's just how I feel. I do think they need work, but they do have a lot of potential and stuff like that. Like I said, you got to have balance. You got to have a head honcho. You can't just let anybody just go out there and do anything. And I'm not just harping on just the women, because the women need help too. The men need help too, I'm sorry. The men kind of need help with a lot of stuff too. Moxley keeps cussing and all of that stuff. You're going to lose a TV deal doing stupid stuff like that. But like I said, I just wanted to talk about the focal point is the women. Tomorrow, I'll probably talk about issues with the women's division in WWE. There's some things that I want to talk about, because there are some issues there. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree, disagree? Are there people I forgot about? Let's talk about this. This is Chris Classic. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Just put in the work. Let's take it home.